Hey, speaking of pigskin, Donald Trump, in his ongoing effort to distract us from the fact that he doesn't want Melania to see the Epstein files, went after Rosie O'Donnell again. He's been threatening to revoke Rosie O'Donnell's American citizenship, which, like peeing standing up, he can't.
Tell me it's not. I mean, really? I mean, out of all the things that need to be dealt with presidentially, he's worried about me saying that he cheats at golf? Or, that he doesn't really know me? Is that what the deal is? Wow, that's awful. Let me see. Let me fix that. Let me find something that might help me with that. This. Let me see. Can we get this on camera? Would that be a bill from Trump National? I think it is.
National, you bet. Trump facing Jimmy Kimmel and Samuel L. Jackson isn't a debate, it's a demolition derby. Kimmel slashes with sarcasm, Jackson detonates with fury. And Trump's ego gets shredded like cheap confetti at a second-rate parade. They don't just roast him. They torch the myth, slow cooking it until the only thing left is smoke. Every gaffe, every brag, every blunder gets skewered and mounted like trophies of failure. This isn't critique. It's a public comedy execution point.
Birthday note and that drawing, the Wall Street Journal, the Rupert Murdoch-owned Wall Street Journal reported Trump made for his buddy Jeffrey Epstein's birthday, the one Trump claimed he did not send and threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal for $10 million for saying he did. Well, we finally got a look at the letter thanks to House Democrats who posted it online today. Now, again, Trump claims he didn't write this or draw this, which would mean someone went back in time to frame him.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, come on. He has to say whatever he has to say. He has to say. You know, it's one of those interesting things that he called me one day to play golf, not to play with him, but to play with a friend of his. And I went to play with that friend of his, and that friend of his turned out to be Bill Clinton. So it's like that. So I'm sure he'll lie about that also and say he never did that. But I'm sure President Clinton can either verify it or ignore it, as he probably should.
Turns Trump into a running gag, a never-ending blooper reel. The punchline? A president whose biggest talent is proving how low the bar can sink, while still insisting he's winning. Every stumble is late-night fuel. Every brag is an open mic setup. He paints Trump as a man addicted to applause, gasping for rally cheers like oxygen tanks. Strip away the noise, and what's left is someone terrified of silence because silence means reality.
Before I share this, I'd like to remind you, this is a post from the President of the United States. As previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Rosie's citizenship. She is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. Whenever he's spitting out, he goes back to Rosie. That's his safe space. He zeroes out. Calling her fat is what makes him comfortable. Meanwhile,
Donald Trump, you are in a feud with Donald Trump right now. Do you know this?
No, I don't.
Because it's very exciting.
Oh,
for
really?
me, because he doesn't like me either, and so anytime there's somebody new he doesn't like, I feel a fraternity, a brotherhood with this.
Okay, so we're having beef?
You haven't beef because I guess you said in an interview that you were a better golfer than him, and then you told the story. Is this true that he signed you up for one of your golf clubs and didn't tell you?
Yeah.
You had to pay
No, I didn't pay. I got a bill.
Then Jackson enters like a thunderclap. His fury isn't theater, it's righteous. He cuts Trump down with the precision of a man who's spent decades exposing fakes. He doesn't need exaggeration. He just points at the absurd and it collapses. From the crowd-sized lies to the obsession with TV feuds, Jackson makes it look like an overacted audition that wouldn't even get past Hollywood casting. Trump's tough guy routine? More like a kid drowning in his dad's oversized suit.
I had no idea, and I had my assistant call and tell him I don't really belong to that club and I haven't been there in 3 years. And they go, well, you are a member and here's your member number. And they were charging me some pool fee for being at them. I haven't been there. But somebody did send me something today that said Trump said he didn't know me.
He said he didn't know you. I actually have his tweet right here.
Tweet.
This is very...
Kimmel plays surgeon with sarcasm, slicing Trump's endless fantasy spin into comedy gold. One day it's the greatest ever, the next day it's not my fault when the math implodes. The contradictions pile so fast. Kimmel jokes Trump could power a wind farm just by spinning his own lies. It's not leadership. It's improv comedy, except none of the punchlines actually land.
He posted a photo. This photo he posted looks really more like him than her. Rosie O'Donnell. How can someone so old be so childish? It's Benjamin can't button his pants. You know, You talk about how much time Trump wastes playing golf. He seems to be spending a lot more time.
And Jackson brings the fire, exposing how Trump treats the presidency like a stage set instead of the Oval Office. Every speech is a monologue for ratings. Every decision looks like setup for the next applause break. Government becomes a reality show cliffhanger except instead of TV stakes. The collateral is real lives. And Jackson makes it clear the Oval Office isn't supposed to be a soundstage.
Actually have his
Oh,
tweet right here.
tweet.
This is very exciting. So it says, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson to the best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him, and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan.
Not a bad thing.
Now, it's very interesting when Donald Trump says someone is out on TV too much, because, he's very, with exposure, he thinks it's very careful to just barely be on TV at all.
Barely get yourself out there.
But is that true? You say, you claim right here you have met him.
Yeah, I met him a lot.
You played golf with him.
I played golf with him.
He claims-
I actually played golf with him with Anthony Anderson one day.
Gotcha.
And we were all playing together, and we clearly saw him hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey. And his caddy told him he found it.
Kimmel sharpens the ridicule, pointing out that Trump's legacy is basically late-night comedians, running out of paper for punchlines. Leaders are remembered for reforms or breakthroughs, Trump for tantrums and contradictions. Kimmel reduces the businessman president myth to a parody, like someone running a lemonade stand and bragging it's Apple Inc. Meanwhile, Jackson calls out the rot, a leader so obsessed with loyalty that competence never enters the room. The silence never comes because the results never do.
Senator Gavin Newsom has been roasting him online, and so now Trump is doubling up. Last night, he posted a whole string of deep fakes, including these.
Hey, look at this! Oh my God! The hostile takeover!
I mean, that's what he was meant to do, repost videos with his head pasted on a man whose thighs don't rub together.
They build a roast that doubles as a public service announcement. Comedy becomes survival when absurdity rules the office. Kimmel mocks the contradictions, Jackson wrecks the bravado. Both expose the fragile scaffolding holding up Trump's myth. Kimmel drags his obsession with ratings, mocking how the man measures leadership in Nielsen points. It's like one endless reality show audition. Except the only ones laughing are the people watching the empire crumble.
Here it is, and it's written like a movie script. We didn't make that up. This is under the silhouette of a woman's body. It says voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be a wonderful secret. Signed, Donald Trump, right?
Jackson strips away the tough guy mask. He shows how every flex collapses when challenged, every tantrum looks like slapstick. Every claim of dominance turns into a blooper reel. Kimmel torches the rallies, calling them therapy sessions for a washed-up actor recycling catchphrases. Jackson hammers the chaos, allies backstabbed, policies contradicted. Scandals spun into soap operas. The Oval Office doesn't look like command, it looks like bad improv. With Trump playing every role in
here, very few people thought that President Trump could actually make it to the Oval Office.
And I did? What's wrong with me? What?
You're a prophet and you didn't know it. You have a little cautionary tale for us. Jim?
Please. Don't think the other thing can't happen, because that's why the Brexit is trying to get a recall right now. You know. We're not going to get a do-over.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make another prophecy then, if that's happening.
Yes.
You think I can make something else come true?
Sure.
No, I can't.
mocks the wealth and power show, the gold, the branding, the constant bragging. It's not strength, it's parody. Putting your name on a tower doesn't qualify you to run a country. The empire is hollow. Jackson points out the danger in competence hollowing out real governance. He demolishes the 4D chess myth, showing Trump as a man who flips the board when he starts losing. Predictable, boring, desperate. Kimmel turns the predictability into parody, milking it for endless comedy.
Well, listen, that is not a birthday note. That is a signed confession. That letter is so creepy it should have its own documentary series on Netflix. I give it 2 hours before Trump claims it was written by Joe Biden's auto pen. And by the way, can you imagine if that little pubic scribble said Joe Biden instead of Donald Trump. There would have been another storming of the Capitol. There'd be torches and pitchforks going right up his Pennsylvania.
Jackson obliterates the fake patriotism. Flag waving means nothing when it's just a backdrop for personal glory. He makes it sting, turning the hypocrisy into punchlines that leave scorch marks. Kimmel dismantles the genius myth, mocking the rambles, the contradictions. The slogan sold as strategy. Repetition doesn't turn nonsense into wisdom. Jackson nails the loyalty tests, calling it a casting couch presidency where the only role is blind devotion. Service to country is replaced with worship of ego. It's pathetic and funny in the darkest way.
Knocking on my door.
How's it feel to be right that it could happen?
I don't
There's
want to
nobody
be
calling.
right. I didn't want to be right. I hoped I was trying to be funny.
I think you were trying to make sure people would go vote.
I was really hoping people would go vote. And I hope they'll go vote now because now they know what can happen.
Kimmel and Jackson rip away not just dignity but the safety net that defenders keep trying to stretch under Trump. What's left is so absurd it barely needs exaggeration. Trump isn't leading history, he's fumbling through it like a drunk playing charades. Kimmel slices with wit, mocking how every briefing is less governance and more rehearsal for applause lines. Even the presidential seal looks embarrassed. Jackson flips Trump's obsession with the best into parody, proving that self-declared greatness without proof is just a punchline waiting to collapse.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt slammed the letter. She said it was fake news to perpetuate the Democrat Epstein hoax. And the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, this guy's a beauty. He's in a tough spot because for years, the wingnuts have been trying to dig up dirt on these deep state pedophiles and their powerful friends. And now they're trying to bury all that information. Johnson is desperately trying to keep a lid on the Epstein files and position Donald Trump as some kind of hero in this story.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
You have to admit he's funny. I mean, come on. Donald Trump is an FBI informant.
Kimmel laughs at incompetence. Jackson sneers at hypocrisy, and together they vaporize the myth. Once people laugh at a leader, the aura of power is gone. Kimmel spins Trump's contradictions into bloopers. Jackson brings the moral hammer. In their hands, the emperor's new clothes aren't just invisible, they're hilariously humiliating. What remains is rubble, a presidency built on spectacle, wrecked by insecurity, and finished off by comedy sharper than any critique. Once the joke lands, the myth can't be rebuilt. The demolition is permanent.